Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you upgrade options in Windows Server. So as I said, in today's video I will show you upgrade options that you can use in Windows Server. As you can see, I am currently on the official Microsoft documentation page in the article with the topic Plan Your Server Upgrade. So we have to plan our server upgrade. And before your server upgrade, you need to know what upgrade option will you use. And on this side, we have all upgrade options available in Windows Server that you can use in one place. So this is why I think this site is very good in order to show you that. And I will read it and I will show you some examples. So as you can see, it applies to every Windows Server version from 2025 until 2016. And I will read it now. So, Windows Server supports several methods for moving to a newer version, including in-place upgrade, clean install, migration, cluster rolling update, and edition conversion. As you can see, we have a lot of options, so this is why it is important. Each method has a different trade-off for downtime, complexity, and hardware requirements. Upgrading keeps your service secure, supported, and able to use the latest features and performance improvements. This article explains the availability upgrade methods that supported in-place upgrade paths by version and restrictions that apply. And now, you have factors for choosing an upgrade method, first of all, and second of all, you have upgrade methods in Windows Server. I will cover both of these points in this video. So we can start with, of course, factors for choosing upgrade method. The best method depends on your environment requirements. Consider the following factors when planning upgrade. So the first factor is downtime tolerance. So in terms of downtime tolerance, an in-place upgrade requires a reboot but keeps you on the same hardware. A cluster rolling upgrade maintains workload availability throughout the process. A clean install or migration require more downtime but gives you fresh environment. So these are the differences, and you have to choose whichever suits the best for you. Now, the hardware constraints. If you are staying on the same hardware, and in a place upgrade or clean install is appropriate. If you are moving to the new hardware, migration is the better choice. So as you can see, you have to again specify it to yourself. Roles and features. Not all roles supports in-place upgrade. Check the role and feature migration matrix to verify for your configuration. So if you are interested, again, you can click on that and you can check it. Now the version gap, starting with Windows Server 2025, non-cluster systems can upgrade up to 4 versions at a time. For Windows Server 2022 and earlier, non-cluster systems can upgrade up to 2 versions at a time. Cluster rolling upgrades can only advance 1 version at a time. See supported path table for details. So, as you can see, here this is the information. And now, licensing. Before you upgrade, ensure you have a valid product key and activation method for the target version. Unlike Windows Client, each Windows Server upgrade requires a separate license. Now, we have Windows Server upgrade methods. So use the following table to decide which method fits your scenario. And important thing, always back up your system and important files before performing an in-place upgrade, clean install or migration to a later version of Windows Server. So this is important in order, because if you are going to do something wrong, something will broke, you will lose your data. So this is why you should create basically a backup of your system. So we can move to the table. As you can see, we have the method, we have the description, what it does, you have the information what to use it, when to use it, and if you want to get more information, you can even click on that and you can read it. So the in-place upgrade is the first one in that case, and what it does, it installs a newer version of Windows Server over the existing one, keeping your settings and server roles, features and data. You can perform an in-place upgrade by using installation media or receive it as a feature upgrade throughout the Windows update. And when to use it, when you want to do the fastest path for a newer version on the same hardware, and your roles and features and rules and features. And in case of clean install, what it does, it basically installs Windows Server on a new server or overrides the existing operating system. When to use it? When you want a fresh start. When you want a fresh start on your hardware, or your hardware is new, or an in-place upgrade isn't supported for your current configuration. Now, in terms of migration, migration moves roles and or features from a source server to a different destination server running Windows Server. And when to use it? When you are moving to new hardware, or you need to migrate one role or feature at a time without upgrading the operating system in place. Now we have two more. The second last is cluster operating system rolling update. And now upgrade cluster node operating system one at a time without stopping a Hyper-V or scale-out file server workloads. Clusters can only upgrade one version at a time. You can perform a rolling update by using installation media or receive it as a feature update through the free Windows Update. For failover clusters running on Azure Local, use Lifecycle Manager LCM instead. And when to use it? When you are running a failover cluster and you need to maintain availability during the upgrade. And now, in terms of license conversion, convert one edition of Windows Server to another edition of the same release by using a command and a product key, for example, standard to data center. And you can use it when you need to change your Windows Server edition or switch between retail volume license and operating and OM licenses. Now, you have another parts. So you have this part of supported in-place upgrade paths by version. What does it mean? Upgrades to the latest version of Microsoft Server to get the latest feature, security updates, and best performance. Starting with Windows Server 2025, non-cluster systems can upgrade up to 4 versions at a time. You can upgrade directly to Windows Server 2025 from Windows Server 2012, R2 and later. For Windows Server 2022 and earlier, non-cluster systems can upgrade up to 2 versions at a time. If you are using a cluster operating system rolling update, you can only upgrade to 1 version at a time. And now, for the step-by-step instruction for how to perform an in-place upgrade, see perform an in-place upgrade with Windows Server. And now, you have the table. So the table basically displays the upgrade methods and the supported paths. So as you can see, you have the version here and the version here. So you can check if you can, for example, upgrade from the Windows Server 2022 to Windows Server 2025. As you can see, in that case you cannot. So this is how it works. Or for example, from Windows Server 2022 to Windows Server 2025 you can, but for example you cannot go back, so you cannot, I would say, downgrade to Windows Server 2012, for example. And now you have the upgrade restriction for licensed version of Windows Server. The following restriction applies to in-place upgrades when Windows Server is already licensed, not an evaluation version. Evaluation version is, I think, this version that you can get for 180 days without buying a product key. So it does not apply to this. It applies only to this with the proper key that you have to pay for. But the first point, upgrades from a 32-bit to 62-bit architecture aren't supported. All releases since Windows Server 2008 R2 are only 64-bit only. Upgrades from one language to another aren't supported. If the server is an Active Directory domain controller, you can't convert it to a retail version. See upgrade domain controllers to Windows Server for important information. Upgrades from pre-release version previous of Windows Server aren't supported. Perform a clean install instead. Switching from a server core installation to a server with desktop experience installation or vice versa during an in-place upgrade isn't supported. And basically you not only during the in-place upgrade, you just cannot switch between Windows Server Desktop Experience and Core. No, even from the 25 to 25, for example, you cannot do it. Now, upgrades from previous version, from previous Windows Server installation to an evaluation copy aren't supported. Install evaluation version as clean installs. By default, an upgrade retains the existing edition. For example, standard upgrades to standard and data center upgrades to data center. You can change the standard to data center or data center Azure edition, or from data center to data center Azure edition during an upgrade. You can downgrade from data center to standard, or from data center Azure edition to standard or data center. So I think this is logical. And if your server uses NIC theming, disable NIC theming before the in-place upgrade. You can re-enable it when the in-place upgrade is complete. For more information, see NIC theming overview. Now, in-place upgrades on Windows Server configured to boot from VHD aren't supported. In-place upgrade from Windows Storage Server editions aren't supported, and some public and private cloud providers support in-place upgrade. Check with your cloud provider for details. And you have this last part, which is end of support Windows Server versions. Support for Windows Server 2012 and Windows Server 2012 R2 ended on 10th of October 2023. Extended security updates are available. If you don't know what is an extended security update, I'll record a video about it, so you can go and watch it. Are available with one option to migrate your on-premises server to Azure, where you can continue to run them on virtual machines. For more information, see the extended security update overview. So this is all in terms of the options that you can get to upgrade your Windows Server from, for example, 2012 to 2022 or 2022 to 2025. You can choose the option that you want to perform, and you can do it. So that's all in this video. These are this is the plan your Windows Server upgrade overview. If you found the video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.